hitting the red button, waiting for the thing to tell me that I'm live, and I'm live. What's up, citizens? It is President AWOL here. Hope you guys are doing well. It's going to be a good week this week, and I'm bringing you some Star Wars Force Arena content here on TGN Mobile. Big thank you to everybody from my personal channel that's come on over, is interested in some more mobile gaming content here, and I just want to bring you a live stream of what is, so far, my most successful deck. I've got a number of videos I've recorded I'll be releasing on my own channel about this. I wanted to show it to you live. This Han Solo deck is very, very, very defensive, and I'm enjoying using it quite a bit. Got two nice tanking options. We've got MLC3 Light Tank in this deck, as well as Wookiee Warrior, which is awesome. You've got a lot of HP that you can throw up the middle of the lane. What's up? I'll give some shoutouts. MLG, Amer, Eugen, Juan, Petruikas? How do you pronounce your name? Petrukas? Anyway, I've also got Unstable Gawk Droid for that dual lane pressure, which is amazing in this deck. It works really, really well with Han Solo. I've got a turret just in case I get some ATST pressure up either of those lanes. It's good stuff. And then I've got my personal favorite stables of any Rebel deck. Nice AoE, nice area of effect clear here with Grenadier, as well as a higher HP version of something like Twilight Rebels. And Marauders is really good for that melee single target damage. And then I've got some great ranged single target damage with Pathfinders. Really, really solid deck. One of the things I keep bringing up, and is basically a subject of contention, I guess you could say, is whether I should be using Chewbacca or not. I can't determine which card I should swap out for Chewbacca if I'm going to put Chewie in my deck. I have been having a lot of success without Chewbacca. I think Chewbacca is a bit situational, so let me know what you guys think in terms of what I could swap out for Chewbacca or not. You guys seem to be in love with Chewie. I can just say Bon. Perfect. I'll just say Bon instead of murdering your name. Awesome. So let's just go ahead and take it to the ladder. This is a 1v1 deck, and I'm probably going to do a stream coming up here soon and a video on a 2v2, a viable 2v2 Rebel deck. So let's just continue the 1v1 so far. So with this deck, I've climbed, and I'm not looking to curse myself. I'm not looking to be overzealous here, but I've climbed about 250, 300 rating points with this deck so far. Oh wow, quick drop here with the light vehicle, and it looks like my my drop of this turret did not solve my light vehicle issue, so it ended up doing some damage here. I'm going to drop the unstable Gonk here in this lane, and as he moves a bit closer, we'll see if he tries to stun me, and I'll just drop a little mine here to deal with this. The stormtroopers will end up getting killed by that, and Gonk Droid didn't end up hitting his structure. That's fine. We're at a relatively even state at the moment. He did get a little bit of that like surprise damage, if you will, early game, which was really, really good stuff. I'm going to drop down Grenadier here, as well as another turret, and what I'm going to hope to do is to I took his enemy hero out, which is awesome. And I don't really know if I'll be getting a decent push here on this. I'm going to drop Gonk Droid in the other lane, so he'll be forced to make some decisions. Maybe he'll make some mistakes, we'll see. But let's see if he deals with that Gonk Droid. It looks like it's getting very, very close. It's going to be tough for him to actually stop it. So I think that I will end up getting the damage in there that I want. By dropping Light Tank here, hopefully it can tank enough to deal with all of this crazy, crazy pressure I'm getting. Oh, I shouldn't have dropped Marauders there. That was actually a big mistake. Okay, luckily the Marauders didn't spawn in time to be able to take the damage from that probe droid, or that would have been pretty poor. I really don't want to get stunned by Callus and then get racked up, so I need to be very careful here. Unfortunately, my damage is split between these two lanes, which is not something that I'm generally wanting. Nope, let's drop down a Wookiee Warrior here to help deal with that light vehicle. And that's one thing I'm trying to do at least, is I'm trying to zone a bit better. Okay, let's go drop Gonk Droid in the top lane. I'm trying to zone a bit better with essentially where I'm placing my units. And I'm going to drop down Light Tank and just pressure both lanes. Let's see if Gonk Droid ends up making it here. So close. That was actually a decent application of Heavy Gunners. But what I mean by zoning is I'm looking to Okay, let's drop Grenadier over there. Sorry, I'm having a hard time finishing this thought. And whoa! Ended up just getting wrecked. Wow, he had those stealth units in place. Was not expecting those to be dropping at all. So I'm gonna get a little bit aggressive here in this lane as he's trying to push the top. And I'm just gonna drop a light tank here, and we'll see if I'll be able to actually push in on any of these lanes. There's one turret. Let me drop another Gonk Droid. Let's see if we can make that 2 turrets. And if I end up taking this down quickly, then what I'll do is just drop back and defend. No doubt he's going to pressure that bottom lane. That's GG. The hell was the thought I was going to finish a moment ago there? I just totally wrecked it. Anyway, you hate fighting Callus. He's annoying because he can take swarms out easily because of that extra 10% damage. That is very, very annoying, I agree. It makes Callus extremely viable. I totally agree with you. Oh yeah, what I was going to say a moment ago is with my Wookiee Warrior, instead of just throwing my tanking units up on the bridge to where all of the enemy units are outside of turret range, I'm trying to throw my Wookiee Warriors back a little bit, or my light tank back a little bit, so when they're tanking, the enemy melee units and the enemy, I guess, shorter range units are within turret range. So my turret can provide supplementary damage, and I can provide supplementary damage in a more safe way. Anyway, it's been working out pretty well, and I'm getting a bit more value out of my cards that way. Let's take a look at his deck. He had his unique level 2s on both. Decent level cards here. Level 5 epics. What was really surprising there, and it actually worked, was the usage of Zabarak Assassins. You almost never see that card. If you guys aren't familiar, like, almost nobody uses this card. They basically go stealth, and then they slowly creep along the lane, and then once they get within range of anything, whether it's a hero or not, they'll jump out, do bonus damage, I believe, and actually do a very significant amount of melee damage per second. A little bit more than, to my knowledge, Bladesmen. So they're very dangerous. That on top of Stun Grenade, this deck is built to kill. And it looks like he's got his Imperial Heavy Gunners here, designed to counter things like Gonk Droids and Light Tanks. It did end up countering my Gonk Droid with a last-minute throw, but really for 5 cost, I still don't feel that the Heavy Gunners are worth it. So there you go, GG. Jasna, what's going on? Let's see some W's. I'll try to bring you some W's. This is actually the highest rank I've ever been at 4,200. Wow, instant battle discovered. I was going to put down my iPad or my shield for a moment. Didn't even get a second to rest. Woo! Here we go. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in early in the morning, and thank you all for coming over to this channel. You know, what we're trying to do here with TGN Mobile is bring some of our YouTubers together and be able to cover a number of mobile games across the board that we wouldn't normally be able to cover on other TGN channels. And the mobile gaming community is growing and growing and growing on YouTube, and we want to make sure that we're kind of taking care of that community, and that we are giving YouTubers that are creating content around mobile games the opportunity to get some exposure and to succeed and all that good stuff. And that's something that I'm trying to accomplish here with this one. And let's see if we can take down Bosk. Bosk, you're dead. And the light vehicle is probably going to pressure in here decently well. So what we're going to do is just drop some Pathfinders on the back line. I'll actually use my mine here to take this out so we can retain the turret possibly. And there we go. That was a very effective. Maybe I should have actually used Grenadier there instead of Light Tank because he's got a decent amount of single target damage. Let's just drop down Grenadier here. Should clear out any other mob related units that he brings in here. Interesting dual lane pressure deck here from our friend Bosk. So I need to go ahead and deploy my mines in separate lanes as often as possible. And it's very clear that I need to be waiting to defend quite often. So what we're going to do is just drop the Marauders right on top of him. And I'm going to put my Pathfinders here to see if they can get some snipe sort of hits. Nice Dioxis Grenade. That was good stuff. Oh no! My turret did not deploy. My turret did not deploy. Luckily for me, he only has a dewback here. The dewback shouldn't be doing that much damage. And what I'm going to do is just drop a mine right behind him. And there it is. Going to take out a lot of his units. Going to drop that Bosk down. He only has 1 health pack. But he has been able to really pressure this lane. So let's see what he does here. He's got the light. He keeps dropping his light vehicles, man. Let's see if he tries to snare me in this situation. While this is going on, I'm going to drop Gonk in the top lane. And I'm going to drop down Marauders here as well. Oh, he got the snare off on me. Let's see. I need to drop Pathfinders for that inevitable defense after he kills me. And it looks like this Gonk droid should be able to connect on this structure, which is good. But he's going to be going for the 30-second kill here. And I don't know if I'll be able to stop it. So let's see if Grenadier can take him out. He does. That's awesome. Oh, the Bosk almost died there. I was so close to being within range. And what we're going to do is just drop Gonk Droid here, as well as... I'm going to see if I can actually get the pick on Bosk. There he is. He's dead. And let's see if we can get that Gonk Droid in on this structure or not. And I think we can pick it up. There it is at the last minute. And that, I think, will result in the W. Yes, it does. That's why I keep bringing you guys this deck. I've already recorded a couple videos about this deck. It's because this deck is working extremely well, and you guys are like, put Chewie in the deck, just put Chewie in there, dang it. I know, we all love Chewbacca, but this deck is successful without Chewbacca right now. Use Ben. Ben uses the trick on uniques. That's what every... Oh, thank you very much, Juan, for your comment there. That's what all channels should be about, bringing YouTubers together, big or small. I absolutely agree with that. And as far as the YouTubers are concerned that we're bringing onto this channel, I'm just starting out with this channel as one of the folks here to bring this thing together. As you know, I'm a relatively small YouTuber. I only have like 15,000 subscribers. We got a guy that we're bringing in here who's got about 20,000, a guy who's got about 100,000. So nobody that we're bringing onto the channel right now is a mega YouTuber and has already made it and is already some kind of superstar or something. You know, we're bringing in people that are growing, and we'll probably bring in some other folks from the community as well. Whoa, do you guys see this kind of like movement here on the screen here on the stream with the feed? Interesting. I might plug and unplug this to see if I can get... I'm going to go ahead and mute the audio on my tablet and see if I can fix this. I want to make sure that we're not having any video issues. No signal. Fixing signal. Bing, 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 bing. Fixing signal. Fixing signal. Beautiful. So that's a plug and unplug action. There we go. Accept my invite to citizens. Sure. What's your in-game name? I actually think we have one slot at the moment. Cool. So let's continue. And if you guys missed it at the beginning of the stream, here's the deck. 2 tanking options, 1 building defense option, 1 building attacking option, 1 area of effect option, 2 single target damage options, and of course Han Solo with his amazing trip mine ability that does 500 freaking %. Han Solo shoots first, and he blows stuff up. He's such a really, really amazing hero. A lot of people have the perception that he's somewhat tanky. Nah, at level 2, he doesn't even have 1,000 HP. He's not tanky at all. Do not have that misconception. I've seen those comments so many times. He's not tanky at all. He's very, very vulnerable to attacks. Yeah, there was some flickering. I think I fixed it, though. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Even if you test... I test all my equipment before streams and recordings so many times. Jakku is your name? Okay, cool. Off stream, I'll take a look and see if I've got any spots with the Citizens Guild. Beautiful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's get into the next game. Let's do it. Yeah, let me know if the audio and the video is good here. I'm still kind of tweaking in, doing some final tweaks on the setup, so I want to make sure that everything is just perfect every single time that I live stream here and that I make content here. I want to make sure that it's absolutely as close to pristine as possible. You guys deserve only the best, considering that you guys are willing to come by and check out my stream every day. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, I went way too far up. And it didn't deploy my Marauders. It didn't even deploy my Marauders. That is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. So what we're going to do is drop Grenadier here on the back lines. And he is going to end up wrecking me up pretty hard here. I'm going to drop down Gonk Droid to try to get some sort of counter-aggression in place. And we didn't end up getting the kill on him, which is unfortunate. And that mine is in an awkward placement. Let's see if Gonk Droid makes it. No, Gonk Droid tried to go on a fun, deadly trip of doom, and he did not make it. That was a whole lot of Krennic pressure, and I'll admit the whole reason why he was able to get in there and to make that happen is because I was overly aggressive. So here he comes with probably a similar strategy, and I'm just going to use my single target damage here to be able to take this thing out. We're going to drop down a trip mine a little bit closer to the structure, but that dewback countered me very, very well there. That was an extremely good counter. We'll drop an auto blaster turret. I don't know what Krennic's going to do. He's probably going to use his burst damage on me, but what we can generally count on is him using his burst damage, but we can also count on the fact that I'm Han freaking Solo, and I've got a decent amount of critical damage, and you generally don't want to be messing with me for that reason. Oh no, don't waste energy. AWOL, why are you almost wasting energy? That was very bad. So what we're going to do is drop Gonk as well as some Pathfinders here, and we're going to pressure this. He's probably, there he goes, he's going to blow a stun. So this is going to force him to come over here to deal with this. Meanwhile, I'm going to drop tank as well as turret here. I've got so much defense in this lane, it'll blow your mind. And I'm hoping that Grenadier can get a bunch of work done for me. And let's see, he's going to try to get the pick on me. He's going to try to get the pick. And I have to continue to throw that dual lane pressure. Otherwise, I'm going to end up losing this structure. And Death Squad leader here is not playing around. And I'm going to drop the mine right on top of him. And he keeps getting those quick throws here in the bottom lane. He's doing a really good job. He ended up getting the turret, which is unfortunate, which means that I think I'm going to lose this one because of my early game mistake. And that goes to show you, you make one mistake in this game, which I made a big mistake. I way overextended in that situation. I made a big mistake, and I ended up getting killed there. And that Krennic, negative 35, gross. That Krennic ended up capitalizing on that early game mistake. So, long story short, citizens, do not run across the bridge with Han Solo unless the enemy hero is dead, or you can just kill him in a shot or two. Otherwise, they can punish you. Let's see what that Krennic deck looks like. Obviously, he's got Krennic. He's got Death Squad leader. Dewback was actually very effective. He had TIE Fighter, which he didn't really have a need for. He didn't really need to use that against me. I guess that's to counter those really heavy mob decks. And he's got the Sand Trooper, so 2 area of effect, 2 single target damage, 2 tanking and clogging up the lane options. It's actually a pretty well-balanced Krennic deck. It's actually a really good deck. Krennic players, I would take a look at this one. This one's very viable. And he did quite well against me. I inspired you. That's so cool what you're doing on TGN. You like the idea of bringing multiple YouTubers together. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We've been doing this type of concept for over 5 years, up to 6 years now. So, we created the main TGN channel that way. Over 1 million subscribers now. We created the Squadron channel that way. The TGN Minecraft channel that way. And, we're looking at TGN Mobile. We're going to see, how well the channel does. Mobile on even though mobile gaming is huge, mobile gaming on YouTube, it's smaller, right? And so what we want to do is we want to grow that community. I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to throw a light tank early and just see what happens. And it ended up targeting the structure, so that's cool. But I'm concerned. I'm concerned about that aggressive maneuver. We'll see what happens. I'm going to drop some Marauders right on top of these fools and see what goes on here. Trip mine, bam. And we're going to drop Gonk Droid in the other lane. If he focuses me too hard, he will be punished. And will Boss get too aggressive? He does. And he ends up getting killed. And I used my Han Solo as bait. There it is, the Gonk Droid picking up that gorgeous explosion. Gorgeous. Michael Bay loved it. He's like, that's a money-making explosion right there. Let me back up. I'm not going to let him get the snare on me. And he is ready. He's ready to rock in this top lane. So I think these troopers and this turret should be able to take him out pretty handily. There it is. And we'll just be careful here. I'm not looking to over-invest in any of these lanes at the moment. I'm looking to just hold on to my energy, not to play around. I'm going to drop some mines. We're going to wait for a good scenario to move in on things. That's our game plan. And what does he got here? ATST, he says. Not going to play around against that ATST. We're going to take it out as quickly as humanly possible. And while we're at it, we're going to throw a gonk droid in this lane. While he has to deal with all of this, ooh, he's got a light vehicle. Watch this. Sneaky Han, dropping the mine, bam, taking him out, and there's the opportunity for the Pathfinders. We can see if we can get that single target damage in on him. Now that he is going to be able to recover a bit of energy, I'm actually going to back up, and I'm going to move into a defensive position. Traps. And what we're going to do is, ooh, wow, that turret is just getting absolutely wrecked. But I need to just defend and win the game. I have a huge advantage right now, and it's really my game to lose. So we're just going to drop gonk droids and various things towards his base and just continue some pressure while keeping a nice reserve of energy up and running in case he ends up getting some momentum in any of these lanes. I'm going to drop a light tank here. You guys see what I'm doing. Just kind of throwing some units at him. Here comes the ATST, so this is why we save energy, is because we want to quickly take out things like this that become a huge threat. And while we're at it, let's drop a Grenadier here on the back lines. Grenadier getting focused out of position. That's interesting. And let's see if Bosk ends up being able to come through and pressure on the structure. He does not. And that, once again, my friends, is going to be a GG. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Just yesterday, you got Dr. Alpha, and so you put it in a Darth Vader. Really, you're getting mixed results on that, huh? That's one of the most requested things that I see is, hey, AWOL, put together a Darth Vader deck. I do not have Vader's unique. And that's something that I see in most of the higher level Vader decks on the ladder. I see that unique in there, and I don't want to bring a deck to you guys that's not viable. Let me know what you guys think about like a naked Vader without that unique in place and see whether that's something that's viable or not. I don't know. GG. Cool. So Bosk, he's got two vehicles in this deck. He's got the ATST. He's got the MTV-7 light vehicle golf cart with a minigun. He's also got some pretty solid basics here, and I noticed that like when I am up against Empire players, they love TIE Fighter. I don't know why they love TIE Fighter so much. I have not put TIE Fighter in my Empire decks in years. And by years, I mean maybe a little over a month. I don't like TIE Fighter. Instead of that TIE Fighter, I'd rather throw in a Dewback. I'd rather throw in a Probe Droid. I think that those cards are more effective at clearing lanes. I think that TIE Fighters are very, very, very helpful in 2v2. But in 1v1, I'd rather have a Probe Droid. That's my preference. I think Probe Droid can be more useful. It can tank damage, it can hold everything off, and it can clear out a lane at the same time. Probe Droids are just dangerous, extremely useful cards. Same thing with the Dewback Trooper, so I don't know. I understand maybe he's running up against many heavy mob pressure decks, and that TIE Fighter might be in there as well. Let's say his ATST gets mobbed. Maybe some Twi'leks get dropped on it, some Rebel Troopers get dropped on it. He can quickly TIE Fighter, clear it out, and the ATST is clear to continue firing on a turret. Perhaps that's the idea there. I would imagine it is. You hate TIE Fighter. Wow. That is some serious hate in the comments. Okay, let's go ahead and open up that play pack and see what we can do. You came from my channel over here to TGN Mobile. Thank you very much. I consider this my channel as well. I'm doing this live stream from work, and like I've mentioned before, guys, the more thumbs ups, the more supportive comments we see, the more you guys are able to bring folks in the mobile gaming community over to this channel, the more I'm going to be able to make mobile gaming content. And that's what I'm trying to do, is support this community. The mobile gaming market is so gigantic, and the YouTube and streaming community for mobile is so small in comparison to how big the market is, right? This is my, I guess, little effort, or my piece, or my responsibility, I guess, as somebody who loves mobile gaming, to be able to support that YouTube community and to be able to support, that kind of online community element that you need to make any genre of game successful. I think things like MOBAs and Overwatch, FPSs, esports titles, what have you, even Minecraft moddable games have great communities on YouTube. But mobile titles, it's kind of intermittent, right? So there you go. What do I do for a living, for work? I am the head of gaming for Broadband TV. This is the company I work for. Basically, I run our YouTube channels and social media and video production for Broadband TV. And I'm one of the co-founders of TGN, the gaming network on YouTube. We're the largest gaming network in the world. And so what I do here when in terms of the content I make on my, like you guys just discovered me as, President AWOL the YouTuber. I make that content because I love making content. And I love, it looks like this is going to be a heavy Vader pressure deck. Like this is how I got on YouTube in the first place, was just being a YouTuber and just really, really enjoying making content. And while this is going on, I'm going to drop Unstable Gonk Droid. Like I've never told you guys before, I work for this company and this is what I do for a living. It's really it's not something I'm trying to emphasize. It's just, I'm telling you about it now because of this TGN channel. Ooh, nice pull there on the Gonk Droid. What just happened? Was that a little lag spike? Wow, Vader counters Gonk Droid so well. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is, that ties into how I'm going to be able to make more content and how we're going to support the mobile gaming community a bit more, is if we see some traction here on this channel, then we'll be able to help out mobile gamers a bit more, which is something that, as you know, I'm passionate about. So here we go. I'm going to see if I can drop a fun little trip mine here. ATST in the top lane. No, let's kill it. Perfect. And that's a big reason why I throw that turret in. Look at the Pathfinders, man, doing that DPS that I need them to do, getting that significant amount of work done that I need them to. Vader was going to go run over there like he was going to be able to support that. Forget about it. Ooh, he's got the heavy gunners. Back. I don't like heavy gunners at all. And will the Gonk Droid make it to that top tower in time? Hey, guys, hit my trip mine. Oh! It's like a Michael Bay movie. All right, beautiful. So let's just drop a Wookiee warrior here. I don't want to use too much energy, but it looks like I'm going to have to. So we're going to kill that remaining heavy gunner. And whoa, nope. I don't like anything you're doing there, amigo. I don't like any of it at all. And it looks like Vader might try to move in here on me. These Pathfinders should wreck his day. Excellent. And while we're at it, we're going to drop a Gonk Droid in the bottom lane and drop a trip down here. Hell, we'll even drop Marauders. And Vader may try to kill me. And I'm actually, oh, no. I was just a distraction. Got the turret. Beautiful. And this ATST is actually not going to be super easy to kill. And it looks like I might pick up the top turret, which is good, but Vader doesn't care. Oh no, and the Grenadier placement was just way off. Oh, that was some horrible Grenadier placement. So bad. It doesn't matter, we still won the game. Alrighty. Official Kanye West channel. It is the Kanye West in the live stream chat. The Kanye. Official Kanye. What's up, Official Kanye? I snicker a little bit inside every time I see your name on YouTube. I love it. I love that Kanye West is a huge fan of my content. What's up, Kanye? Big fan. Okay. Darth Vader level 3. Awesome. Darth Vader level 3 is a dangerous killer force in the world. He's got both vehicles in this deck and heavy gunners. I've been critical of that configuration before. It's so much freaking energy. This deck is a 4 cost plus deck, maybe a 4.1, 4.2 average cost. I don't know. I think his turret is smart. I think his Bladesman, his Sand Trooper, and his Stormtrooper are smart. And I think that with Vader, he can do well. Really, everything about this deck is pretty good, except for those heavy gunners. I would consider, as Vader, maybe throwing in a stun grenade in lieu of that. Maybe a Dioxis grenade could work. Maybe a net could work. Anything but heavy gunners in this deck. I might even consider a probe droid. Maybe even a dewback is better than that. But I just don't think the heavy gunners are really as useful as many Empire players think that they are. Yeah. He's probably going to sell my content for $9,000. I don't get that joke. Maybe I'm just not up on my Kanye stuff. But I'm willing to invest in Kanye ideas. Billions into Kanye ideas. Beautiful. So this is going pretty well. We're still climbing up the ladder here. This Han Solo deck is still working out quite well. Very, very happy about it. And everybody's watching the stream or watching this as a video later, give this thing a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it if you're enjoying this content. Let's just continue to crush up the ladder, friends. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. Could I use Andor instead of Han for this deck? Let me think about it for a minute. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you definitely could. You definitely could use Cassian. Or that's what you're talking about, right? Cassian? I think you could. I think you could swap that out and test it. If you have Cassian's unique, you may consider swapping that in instead. But yeah. So close to Kyber. I know. It's really, really amazing so far. So I'm anticipating a highly, highly defensive deck here from our friend Dengar. Of course, it's going to be highly defensive. So we're just going to drop some, I don't know, we're just going to drop some freaking Marauders here. He's no doubt going to counter this pretty effectively. And, oh, he's got 4 Lom in this lane. Everybody watch out. I've said this many times before. Oh, can the Gonk Droid do it? I believed in you, Gonk Droid. I've said this before many, many times, that 4 Lom is arguably the most dangerous card in all of Star Wars Force Arena. It is just straight up a killer. He's a killer through and through. Like, whenever he sees a target, he just is ready to kill, dude. He just is. Oh no, heavy gunners. Oh, I talked so much smack about heavy gunners, and here they are, just wrecking everything I have up. Oh, you ran right into my bomb there, dude. Not a good idea. So, let me invest in some Kanye ideas here and take out this probe droid. Beautiful. Kanye ideas. I don't know why. Oh, I'm going on about Kanye because we got freaking the official Kanye West channel in our live chat. So huge. You have a level 2 K2 SO? Yeah, you should consider swapping out some card I have in my deck with that. I'm not sure which card to swap out right now. I can't really focus on it at the moment. Let's see what happens here. We're going to drop Light Tank, and we're going to drop Gonk Droid. We're just going to have some fun. We're going to see what happens. We're going to have a lot of fun. So I'm going to just crit this. I'm just going to crit him in the face. Like, is he really going to let me do that? He really just let me do. Wow. That took about 2 to 3 hours for me to be able to handle that. So Dengar did not die, which is unfortunate. And I really needed to dodge that 4 line. We got Dengar. We got him. We got him, friends. And he got a quick last-minute throw there. But I'm thinking, while this is going on, I'm actually going to drop, while all of this stuff is damaging this lane, I'm going to drop Gonk Droid in this lane. And undoubtedly, he's going to have some sort of counter push put together here, which is time for me to heal up. Let's see if he deals with Gonk or not. Gonk should be connecting with his structure in T-5, 4, 3, 2. How come the ATST targeted my structure there? That is so frustrating. I easily had my turret down in time. I don't know, whatever. Okay, cool. Let's get Gonk Droid going here. And now he's got to make a decision. Does he want to deal with the mob? Or, oh gosh, it's 4 Lom. And he dropped 4 Lom on me. Dude, 4 Lom has a vendetta against everyone. He's just looking to collect bounties all day. He's so dangerous. Which is the best unique in the game? 4 Lom or K2 or IG88? I think that's what you're asking in the comments there. I will say that 4 Lom is the best unique in all of Star Wars Force Arena. For 2 cost, he's like a 650 HP unit. Pretty big HP. For 2 cost, that's huge. He does a lot of single target damage. When he hits you with that taser as a legendary, he's going to do like 25 to 30% of your health just with the taser. So he can tase something and then go 1, 2, 3 burst shot. And that's like 60 to 70% of your health as a legendary down just like that. As a 2 cost, think about it. Honestly, I feel like you get like at least 3 cost worth of value out of that card whenever you play it. Let's take a look at what this deck was. He had Forlom. He had ATST, I don't know. God, and Heavy Gunners. Everybody's got Heavy Gunners. I feel like in that one situation, though, Heavy Gunners defended very effectively. It did do a really good job of defending effectively. I'll give him that. He's got Probe Droid and Sand Trooper and Dewback. Personally, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of all 3 of those cards. And I've made decks where I've put all 3 of them in at the same time. Hey, what's up, man? Forlom's the best unique in your opinion as well, Scott? Yeah, I would agree with that. In this deck, I would have him swap out that Heavy Gunner with a Stormtrooper, probably. And if he did that, this would actually be a sick deck. And would drop that energy cost down a little bit more and make it a bit faster. Or he could consider throwing in a turret, but I don't think he needs one. He's Dengar. Yeah, I would just swap out the Heavy Gunners with a Stormtrooper, and that deck is looking really, really solid. Yep. That's my suggestion to him if he ever watches this video later. 2 energy and you get a ton of damage is so good. What do I think about Leia and her unique? Also excellent. It's as close as you can get to Forlom on the Rebel side. We're just going to quickly visit this, and we'll do maybe another game here with this Han deck. But Yvonne Verlaine, very similar card. She actually has more HP. 700 HP. She does not have the taser, but she does subdue enemies in close range with martial arts. I think, does it stun? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think it used to stun. Like, she'll do some kind of like karate kick or like generic martial arts related movements. I can't tell exactly what the move is. It's really weird that like martial arts would work against like a probe droid. Like, I'm hitting you in your weak spot. Yeah. Whatever. But I'm not sure if it stuns or it just slows or what it does, the subduing. But for 2 cost, Yvonne Verlaine is gorgeous. But one thing you got to keep in mind is that she's not as good of a hero killer as somebody like Forlom because of that taser. That taser does damage over time, which is extremely surprising to a lot of Rebel players. He's got a higher attack power as well. But that can damage over time, surprises them. He'll do 3 shots. They'll think they're okay. They're like, all right, I'll start backing up. And then the taser keeps shocking them. And it just does this surprising amount of damage, which does result in a lot of victories. Or a lot of kills, rather, for Forlom. You love that Forlom. Hashtag love that Forlom. Let's get that trending on Twitter, everybody. Hashtag love that Forlom. Let's do it. Instead of, like, we could push out any, like, Trump-related hashtags. Hashtag love that Forlom. Do it, everyone. All right, cool. All right, let's play another one. You're in love with Slave 1. You use a similar Boba Fett deck. And you went from 2,400 to 3,400 with a similar Boba Fett deck as mine. Thumbs up. Like, wow, that's a huge climb. 1,000 rating climb. That's massive. That's the thing about this game. When you find something that works, oops, I just wasted energy there. When you find something that works, you use it. And just keep running that deck until it stops working. Like, that's just what you do. So I'm going to drop down Grenadier here. Don't want to waste any energy if I can help it. And there's the Wookiee Warrior. Undoubtedly, he's going to counter here. So we're going to back up. I know he's going to try to get a pull on me here. Let's see what we can do. It's time for a turret. And what we will do, he's got the heavy gunners on the back line here. Let's use our tank. And I think our tank should be able to defend pretty well against this. Marauders, give me some bonus damage. Thank you. And I'm actually going to heal up. Ooh, wow, those heavy gunners. I have underestimated the power of heavy gunners, and I really don't want them to shoot my stuff anymore. There we go. And they ended up getting a decent amount of damage in on my structure, which is not what I wanted to see. I drop this mine like right here to deal with that situation, that potential situation coming up in the future. And we're going to save some energy, and we're going to wait to defend. Let's see if our friend Darth Vader, he drops a probe droid there to take that damage. Very, very smart. Very smart. Amazing. Beautiful. Awesome. So Probe Droid it was probably the best unit to soak up these such attacks. We're going to drop down an Auto Blaster turret here, just for fun. And yet another mine. And let's see what happens here. He's got the heavy gunners. So we're going to drop a Gonk Droid up top. And let's see if he goes and deals with Gonk Droid, or he just decides to defend. Oh no, he stunned me. Back, back, back. Beautiful. We took out the light vehicle. And what we're going to do is just drop down. What is this Grenadier placement, man? He's just hopping in there. He's like, yo, we're BFFs now. They call me Grenadier. We're BFFs. Let's drop down this mine here. I'm having a really hard time placing my Grenadiers properly. I don't know why I'm making those mistakes or whatever. Dropping Probe Droid in this lane? Really? Alright, whatever. Let's see what he does. I don't know. Pathfinders will take care of that. This is a big reason why I like using Auto Blaster turret. Let's drop down our Wookiee here, as well as Marauders, and just mob all of this. All the while... Ooh, this is perfect. Watch this. Michael Bay. Explosions! No! What happened? The mine went off, but it did not kill things. And it looks like Gonk Droid probably will be killing things. But unfortunately, we're probably going to end up losing the structure. So you know what time it is? It's time for a counterattack. Let's see. And that Sand Trooper just did a lot of additional work there. That was really good stuff. And now we're into sudden death. So now I have to defend my top. All the while, this Vader is going to continue to push in. Let's drop our Marauders on top of his face and see if we can get a kill on him. And this, hopefully, will set us up for success. We'll see what happens. But we're going to drop a Gonk as well as a Pathfinders here. And while he has to deal with the light tank in the other lane, here we go. Drop down that mine. We're going to drop down turret here just in case we die. That's fine. And all the while, light tank is attacking his structure. I've got that one down pretty low. Light tank is attacking his base. And the question is, what is he going to do here? It looks like he really, really, really wants to pressure this bottom lane, I guess. I don't know what he's doing, man. This is weird. So what we're going to do is just drop the trip mine here. Unstable Gonk Droid, go. Let's see if the unstable Gonk Droid can sneak in there somehow and do damage in no time flat. And he does not get an opportunity to do so. Let me know in the comments what you guys think I could have done there to win that one. King John 89, very famous. All right, beautiful. So we're close to 4,300, making some significant progress. He's got the Doctor in the deck. Light vehicle. Surprise! God, every Empire deck has heavy gunners in it. I don't know. Maybe I need to reconsider. Maybe I'm the only poor sap who doesn't realize the glory of the heavy gunners. And he's also got the Zabrak Assassins, which are a sneaky, sneaky card. I think the Assassins are a little bit too expensive for the value they provide. They're a bit more situational than I would like, and I just don't put them in my decks. They do not perform regularly or consistently up to my standards. Let's play until we can finish off this play pack at least, friends. Let's do that. Let's do that, citizens. Are you guys enjoying the stream? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know. Battle discovered like that. Who are we up against? Are we up against this Vader already? Waiting. No, we're up against Chad. Hey, Chad. How you doing? Chad. All right, let's do it. Chad 4120. Not to be mistaken with the other 4,119 Chads that are playing this game. Awesome. What's up, Chad? I don't know why I'm making fun of his name. Chad is actually not a funny name at all. I guess we'll just drop a Wookiee warrior here in front of this Grenadier. You guys are best friends forever. And let's see what he does. He's got the sniper, evidently. You want to get critted? Cool. Get critted then, dude. Fine with me. Oh, I wasted so much energy. AWOL, pay attention to the game. Why was I wasting energy like that? We're going to drop light tank in the top lane, as well as Marauders while we're at it. And let's see what we can make happen. Ooh, using his abilities, I see. Interesting. Why would somebody use their abilities in Star Wars Force Arena? Doesn't make any sense to me. So what we're going to do is drop Grenadier here, and Heavy Gunner gets taken out in the bottom lane, and he did end up getting a significant amount of damage in on my structure. So we're actually relatively even. I think we're only going to get like a couple pot shots here on this structure, and then he's going to continue to pressure in here. I wasted much energy. Follow me, assassin. Follow me. Follow me, bladesmen, rather. Not assassins. They are bladesmen. Drop a Wookiee here on the back line. It looks like it's going to be all about the top lane. As just as I say that, our friend, the ATST, our friendly neighborhood ATST shows up. Looking to take no damage if possible, thank you. And looking to take this out if possible, thank you. And what we'll do is we'll drop Gonk Droid in this lane. How do you do, says Gonk Droid. And how do you do, says this other lane, chock full of all kinds of disgusting garbage. And he ended up using his ability there, which is great. Back, no, don't hit me with your crazy, crazy Sith action. And unfortunately, we barely got any work done on that bottom turret. No, this is actually relatively even. Sniper gonna counter that single Chewie running up the lane pretty darn well. And this is just gonna be a close contest of skill. Okay, looks like the health pack is back. That was what I was waiting for. So now I've got it, and what we'll do, I think, if the timing works out in my favor, I'll be able to drop this, and then we'll see if those heavy gunners are going to run into it. Hopefully they get within range in time. We're going to drop down the turret here, and what we'll do while this is going on is drop Gonk Droid in the other lane as a fun insurance policy, just in case. And my rebel Pathfinders did not go off there. Oh, he's rocketing me. He's using the rocket. That is unfortunate. Oof. Ended up getting the turret on me at the last minute. Gross. And I let myself get split lane pushed. I got overly aggressive and I overinvested. And I did not have efficient energy trades that game. That is unfortunate. Let's see what this deck was from Chad. Got his unique 8th brother at level 2. That's nice. His cards are lower level than mine, too. He just played well. Well, they're not that lower level. It's actually pretty darn similar when you look at it. Well played, Chad. Very well played. Even had a TIE bomber in there. And a sniper. That is an interesting deck of which I have not seen in ever. I've never played against this deck before. And I played a little bit too aggressive. I didn't counter his stuff correctly. He was waiting for me to overinvest in the lanes and then efficiently defend against them. I did. He took that stuff out, and then he had a nice counter push waiting for me all game. And that strategy worked out quite well for him. Yeah, Grand Inquisitor is amazing. You guys are saying in the stream chat. Yep. Clearly. I was thinking I could be clever with a Gonk Droid split lane push, but no, friends. You love my streams. Familia, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bon, I also appreciate it. Thank you. You want to see Netmarble make a major tournament for this as a mayor? Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if Netmarble is going to do anything for this game, other than maybe release new cards and things. From a marketing and community standpoint, I'm seeing nothing from Netmarble. Looks like they paid some YouTubers to do some gameplay on their YouTube channel, and then outside of that, I've seen nothing in terms of marketing or community support for this game. So I'm not very helpful. I'm not very hopeful. And if you look at kind of what Netmarble's done with their other games, have they ever done a lot of marketing? No, they don't really do marketing, or they'll do like minimal Oh no, why did I run up there? They'll do minimal marketing. That's it. That's usually their strategy. So I'm gonna drop down Light Tank in this other lane. Since I had so much extra energy. Dewback clogging up that lane, and he's got the nice stormtroopers there for that single target. Let's see if our friend, the Grenadier, can do that damage we need him to. Dropping Marauders, surprise Pathfinders, and the surprise Pathfinders always do great single target damage to legendaries. Love it. I need to play a little bit more defensive here. I'm gonna drop this mine back just a hair. I really don't want that probe droid triggering my mine. What's up, probe droid? I'm gonna shoot you. Cool. You're dead. Excellent. And let's not waste any more energy. Let's get all that energy out on the field. We need to do a nice counter push strategy here. So let's just drop a Wookiee warrior here. And looks like they could care less. And just mines all day. Like, this is just a this is like a straightforward, good old-fashioned game of Star Wars Force Arena. Nothing too crazy's happening here. Gonk droid's going to get taken out, but the dewback's going to go down. And I really don't want that probe droid taking out any of these mines. I want to get a nice, efficient trade here, so watch this. Come on, walk over my mine. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And we'll drop another mine here. And I'm not even really sure what to do to win this game at this point. We're going to drop down Wookiee Warrior. I'm going to save the rest of my energy for a counter. Like, I'm not exactly sure what to do. He's got these probe droids and these dewbacks, which are just, giving him really, really efficient defensive trades. And, okay, good job. Like, I'll give it to you. It's working out pretty darn well. Oh, he's got ATST in this lane. Here we go. Here we go, friends. Watch this. Strip mine. Kaboom. And he's got the stormtroopers in here as well. Grenadier should clear out a lot of these units. We're going to drop down Gonk droid in the top lane. Meanwhile, this push is happening here in the bottom. And I'm going to be as distracting as I can while Gonk droid gets in there. And Gonk droid, please do some damage, Gonk droid. Can that Boba Fett stop it? No, he cannot. Wow, he says. Wow, he says. He might even accuse me of hacks. I have accused someone of hacks once, and I don't feel good about it. I've actually got a video I recorded for my channel. I'm like, did that guy hack? I just couldn't understand how he generated so much traction so quickly. I was like, this guy had to have hacked, and I'm probably wrong. He probably did not hack. Gonna do the quick clear here. Woo, nice clear. Wow, that was a beautiful clear. And let's see, he's just got thousands and thousands of dewbacks. This is basically like a wild herd of dewbacks. Watch this. I'm going to run in on this. Let's get the trip mine. Kaboom. Get some Michael Bay going here. And I don't know. I guess I'll just go suicide on the structure and see what happens. Come on. Come on. On. Go, 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 go. Get it, get it, get it. Why did I run forward? Why did I run forward? Just one more blaster shot. You guys see that? I clicked it, and then I just ran forward. I was like, nope, I'm going to do a stutter step. Stutter step Han. There should be a new skin in this game. Stutter step Han. Oh, come on. He had the dewback, he had the sand trooper, he had the probe droid. Oh my god, and he had TIE fighter on top of that? That's disgusting amounts of defense there with that Boba Fett deck. And it is a good friend from the Citizens Guild, of course. Inspired by my deck, maybe. Awesome. At least we had a draw there with a citizen. At least I didn't crush a fellow citizen. Yeah. You guys are saying they paid big YouTubers to promote the game and the result was awful? I actually don't think the result from Netmarble there was awful. I think that it generated significant hype around the game. And that's a good marketing effort. Get YouTubers to play your game. But unfortunately, Netmarble has had, from what I can see, no follow-up. They got that big bit of interest, and then they're just like, well, I guess we're done marketing this mobile game. Maybe they have more marketing in the future. But, mobile games require companies to dump millions in marketing every single month to keep the player base going. So, in theory, you're making millions, and then you're investing less each month in marketing, and you're converting customers. From what I can see, it's like, well, we made this game, we invested in some influencer marketing, job's done. So we'll see if they can step up their game in the future. I love this game. I love the community around this game. I think that this game has unbelievable amounts of potential to be competitive, to go really big. I've done a whole video about, Star Wars IP, the whole nine. It's just such a strong title. And the card collecting element, the strategy element's deep, the gameplay element is very fun. It is very, very, it just has a lot of potential, right? So I'm going to keep covering this game for this reason because I love it. That was sad and pathetic. I know, the stutter step was so sad. Oh. I was like, I'm just going to win the game. Nope, stutter step. Gotcha. Just kidding. All right, that's going to be it for this one, I think. So thank you all so much for coming by this new channel to check out our new mobile gaming content we've got here. Subscribe if you have not already. I'm going to throw up a link on the screen. Subscribe to my personal channel if you're not already subbed there. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are. And we'll throw a couple videos up over here once this becomes a video for you to check out. More of our mobile gaming content. We got Clash, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon Go, the whole nine. All those competitive games will be here. Adios, amigos, and I really appreciate you stopping by. Hitting